Have you ever stopped and thought, is the way that I'm reacting to this stress actually making things worse? Well, in this video, I'm going to share 3 mistakes that people commonly make when they feel stressed out. And don't worry, I'll also share what you can do instead. My name is Dr. Mary Kate Ruhan. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and drama therapist, and I help emotionally sensitive people go from feeling overwhelmed to empowered. Now, if you are emotionally sensitive, that means that when you feel stressed, you probably feel your emotions really intensely. So you might feel really angry or extremely sad or really, really anxious and scared. So whatever the emotion may be, it gets heightened under stress. Now, one thing that people commonly do when they're really stressed out is they use the wrong coping skills. So we frequently in the therapy world, in the coaching world, in the self-help world talk about coping strategies or self-care. And that can sometimes be getting a massage or taking a bath or taking a walk. And those skills can be helpful if you are experiencing a medium to low amount of stress. If you are extremely stressed out, say that you're rating your stress at an 8 or a 9 or a 10 out of 10, you're in that top range of stress, some of those therapy skills or those coping skills aren't really gonna work for you. In other words, if you are feeling so dysregulated and then someone says, oh, go light a candle, it's not really gonna help that much. And it's a common mistake that many of us make. What you can do instead is you can use a different set of skills that help you when you are in a distressed zone. One of these skills is the TIP skill from dialectical behavior therapy. TIP stands for temperature, intense exercise, paced breathing, and paired muscle relaxation. And the TIP skill is going to teach you how to regulate your nervous system, calm down your nervous system so that you can get more into a medium to low level of stress or dysregulation. And what the TIP skill tells us is if we change the temperature of our body by taking a cold shower or putting our face in cold water, jumping into a pool and swimming for a little bit, if we change the temperature of our body, we're gonna start feeling a little bit less dysregulated. Similarly, if we do really intense exercise, like 10 jumping jacks or 10 mountain climbers, that our heart rate's gonna elevate a little bit, and then our nervous system is gonna relax a little bit. We can also do paced breathing, which is being really intentional about how we breathe in and how we breathe out. Inhaling maybe for 4 seconds through our nose and exhaling for 7 seconds through our mouth. Or paired muscle relaxation, where we tense certain muscle groups and then we release them. Now, there's plenty of resources on how to learn more about the TIP skill of DBT. But the mistake that people commonly make is that they tend to use other coping skills like taking a bath or calling a friend when they're so dysregulated, and they actually need to focus first on calming down their nervous system. Another mistake that people frequently make when they're really, really stressed, especially emotionally sensitive people, is we forget about the basics. We can become so overwhelmed, so anxious, so frustrated, and we forget about the basic things that we can do to help manage stress and regulate ourselves. So rather than kind of jumping to these conclusions about these really intense things that you need to do to feel better, try drawing your mind back to some of these basic skills that you learned when you were younger. Like, have I eating balanced meals? Am I exercising? Am I sleeping well? Am I using substances in an unhealthy way? Do I have a cold? Do I have a long-standing illness that's really bringing me down? If we address some of these basic needs, it's going to help to manage our stress. Another thing that many of us do when we're stressed is we avoid our emotions. When we notice that we're feeling stressed and we're feeling anxious or we're feeling angry or we're feeling ashamed, we do everything we can to not feel anymore. And that might mean that we go and work really hard to try to not think about whatever's stressing us out. or we avoid by going out and partying, or we just try to distract ourselves with social media or television. The problem is when we do everything that we can to not think about our feelings and about the stressful event, it doesn't necessarily change how much stress we're feeling. Once we're done avoiding, we still tend to feel stressed and we still tend to have these big feelings. And so what we want to do is practice willingness of whatever emotion comes up. Try to really notice whatever is stressing us out. Notice how we feel about it and sit with those emotions rather than pushing them away. And if you're wondering, okay, great, Dr. Mary Kate, I'll try not to avoid my feelings, but what do? I made a guide that's 5 steps that kind of help you become the boss of your feelings. And so you can check that out in the link. And so if you try to use the most effective skills and practice the basics and sit with your emotions, you might find that your stress starts to go down. So if you'd like to learn some more tips on navigating emotions, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.